So I'm not gonna lie, I was debating within myself, hey, do I want to make a video about this? And then I was like, you know what, the names involved are actually really interesting, so let's use this as an opportunity to talk about these guys. Because the Anaheim Ducks and the San Jose Sharks have made an interdivisional trade, as reported by Chris Johnston. The Anaheim Ducks have acquired forward Justin Bailey from the Sharks for Pavol Regenda. And the top reply, who? Justin Bailey still playing? Sabres legend Justin Bailey? Well, I didn't have that on my morning Regenda. Today we're talking about these two guys as it pertains to the Sharks and the Ducks, going over onto the Anaheim Ducks website here because they do have ourselves the scoop from Justin Bailey. The Ducks have acquired right-wing Justin Bailey from the Sharks for left-wing Pavol Regenda. Regenda, I'm not really too sure. Let's just say Regenda, I think that's how it is. Bailey will report to the San Diego Gulls, Anaheim's primary development affiliate in the American Hockey League. The article then dives into each of the profiles over here, which I don't think we need to do because we can just go over onto Elite Prospects for that instead. But Pavol Regenda is going over to San Jose from the Anaheim Ducks system. 25-year-old, 1999 born winger, 6'4", 212, a left-handed guy out of Slovakia. He was initially a free agent pickup by the Anaheim Ducks system all the way back in 2022-2023. He was a pretty good producer, honestly, in the Slovak Pro League and also made himself known on the Olympic team alongside of fellow Slovak Juraj Slafkovský. And if I go back over to this team over here, yeah, you'll see Juraj was the number one guy on that team in points, but Regenda was right there in his point production range as well. So he had himself a pretty good time playing in the American Hockey League. Actually, let's go out there and listen to this. How to pronounce the player name?
Pavol Regenda.
There you go. It is Regenda, not Regenda. Let's go, baby. I had a feeling it was Regenda, not Regenda. Okay. Now we can continue with this video, and I cannot feel like a stupid fool here. Alright, so, Regenda played in the San Diego Gulls system for most of his first year in North America, 25 points in 50 games played. The next few years, he started to produce a little bit more, a little bit less. He had 16 points in 36 games played this season with the Gulls, so unfortunately a bit of a decline point production-wise. He has been a consistent Team Slovakia at the World Championships member, so he most likely will suit up for that team again when the World Championships come and go. This year, he also played for Team Slovakia at the Olympic Game qualifier, scoring 2 goals in 3 games over there. Change of scenery needed for this player. Regenda is an interesting project that the San Jose Barracuda will be able to work with. And Regenda's getting traded 1-for-1 for Justin Bailey, a guy whom Vancouver Canucks fans should be super familiar with. Bailey is a lot older, 29 years old, 6'4", 214, also a big winger. He was drafted by the Buffalo Sabres back in the 2013 draft in the second round, 52nd overall. Back in this time frame, he was a monster in the OHL for the Kitchener Rangers, who eventually found himself in the Buffalo system, playing significant minutes for their farm team. He had 45 points in 70 games with the Rochester Americans in his first AHL season, before finding himself going up and down between the Rochester team and the regular Buffalo team. Bailey never found himself a consistent spot with the Buffalo Sabres, and eventually found himself in the Philadelphia Flyers organization, playing for both the Flyers and their AHL Lehigh Valley Phantoms team. Give it another season, and Justin Bailey finds himself in free agency with the Vancouver Canucks next, as he signs a contract to play with the team in the 2019-20 season. He was an absolute monster for the Utica Comets in 2019-20, 47 points in 53 games played. He eventually had a small cup of coffee with the regular Vancouver team, 0 points in 2 games. The year after, he only had 3 games played in 2020-2021, but that's because this was the bubble year. Everything was kind of locked down. Bailey was there. He was around. He was on what I'd say, what was it called? The taxi squad? The Black Aces? Bailey was one of those guys that never got significant AHL development time because he was on the main team as a reserve player, just in case a Vancouver Canucks guy got injured. So it was a super unfortunate trajectory for him and his development path, especially in this time frame when he was, 25 years old? Like, This was the time, really, for anybody to establish themselves as significant NHL material when they were a part of the taxi squad, when they were getting some games here and there. But for Bailey, he did not really get much of a cup of coffee with the Vancouver Canucks. This season was a really bad season, all things considered. The team was getting smoked by Montreal every other game, and Tyler Toffoli was getting all these hat tricks. It was kind of ridiculous. But the season after, Justin Bailey found himself bouncing up and down with the Abbotsford Canucks and the Vancouver Canucks. 30 games played with Abby, 27 points, so just under a point per game over there. He had 14 Vancouver Canucks games played, and he had 0 points, so this was kind of telling as to what Bailey's direction and what his career would look like. The season after, he went over to Edmonton's farm team, 32 points in 58 games over there, before finding himself in the San Jose Barracuda system. Now, last year, he had 59 games played with the regular San Jose Sharks, scoring 5 goals and 9 assists in the process for 14 points. This was the best point production he had had in the NHL. So last year, at 28 years old, you could very well debate that it was sort of a coming out party for Justin Bailey and his NHL projectability. Alas, in 2024-2025, Bailey spent the entire season with the San Jose Barracuda, accruing 14 points in 33 games played, so he did decline point production-wise from the prior years he had had in Abbotsford and Bakersfield, so this trade seems more like a change of scenery type of thing for Bailey as well. Of course, he is a lot older than Regenda. Regenda is more of a project, I guess you could say, so the San Jose Barracuda are going to try to capitalize on the profile that he brings, and ultimately a lot of the information that we had just read about is the same that we can see on the Anaheim Ducks website. I just thought it was super interesting to bring up Justin Bailey's name one more time on the channel, because last time we did talk about him, I mean, we haven't really made too many videos about Justin Bailey. The last time it was, I think it was 2019 when they had signed him initially. So I actually do want to take a little bit of a blast to the past. What if we do the YouTube search here? What if we search Lego Rocks 99, and then we also search for Bailey? I think the first video that's going to pop up is going to be about Josh Bailey in the New York Islanders system. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. Josh Bailey, and then the Canucks signed Justin Bailey, Josh Bailey. Yeah, there's a lot of Bailey over here. But, yeah, I think this might have been the last time, if not the only time, we had talked about Justin Bailey on this YouTube channel. So that's going to change here today. Unfortunately for Pavol Regenda, he had no prior exposure on this channel. Unfortunately, he has always been just sort of in the shadows here. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're a fan of the NHL's Ducks or the San Jose Sharks, and I only said NHL's Ducks because that's the way the hashtag is written over here. If you're a fan of the Ducks, you're a fan of the Sharks, what are your thoughts on these two guys, Justin Bailey and Pavol Regenda? I get it, it's funny to say who, but really, if you're a fan of the Prospects, if you're a fan of the Gulls, or if you're a fan of the Barracuda, you probably have some sort of an idea as to how these guys have performed this season. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about this trade. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.